Good afternoon, Periscope, and welcome to Madison Square Park. This park in the middle of Manhattan is all decked out for the holidays, and we're going to take a look around. Keats Meyer, the executive director of the Madison Square Park Conservancy, is here to show us around. Hi, Keats.
Hi, welcome to Madison Square Park. So this is a 6.4 acre gem. It's a Victorian park in the heart of Manhattan, and I'm here to kind of tell you a little bit about it. So the first thing I want to show you is this sculpture. This is a extraordinary sculpture by Martin Purrier. It's called Big Bling, and it's part of we have a program, an art program called Mad Square Art, and we have commissioned over 35 pieces of art over the last 10 years, and this is sort of the latest in the series.
What's it made out of?
It is made out of plywood, fencing, and the shackle, which is at the top of the sculpture, is it's a form coated in 22 karat gold.
Wow, and the name of the piece is Big Bling. Big Bling. I get it. It looks sort of like an elephant. That's
what some people see. Some people see a duck. Some people see a cat. Some people don't see an animal at all. So
speaking of animals,
oh yeah,
what do we have over here?
There's our dog run. We won best dog run in the city this year.
What makes it such a good dog run?
I think it's the community that makes it such a great dog run. It's heavily used. We work really hard to keep it clean and fresh and nice for the dogs. And as you can see, there's a lot of dogs in the park.
So this is one place where dogs are allowed to be off leash in New York City parks. Otherwise, they really do need to be on leash. Back to the elephant as I see it. The duck, as you call it, Big Bling, as it's officially called.
I don't actually see. I see the shapes that the artist. If you look at his drawings and his work, these are shapes and symbols, I guess. You see them repeated throughout his work, and it's really interesting to see this come to life.
One viewer suggested that it was like a Trojan horse.
Oh yes, I have heard that. Yeah.
So this lawn in the summer, I know, hosts all kinds of events. What do you have going on in the spring and summer? Even though we're here to talk about the winter,
we've got super cool thing going on. Our next commission of art is by an artist named Josiah McElhenney, and it's called Prismatic Park. And he has created it sort of a meditation on the public use of a park. And so he's a glass artist, he's extraordinary, and he's created a glass dance stage, which the public can use. He's created a glass wall for music and a glass pavilion for poetry and readings. And that will be on the Oval Lawn for the entire summer, and we're partnering with Poets House, Blank Forms for music, and I'm blanking on the name of the dance company, but it's a terrific dance company that will be all doing pieces in the park. We're commissioning art by all of them.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Coming up this summer.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the winter in Madison Square Park is always fun. And here we have, Keith was telling me, the oldest, well, it's not the oldest Christmas tree, the oldest Christmas tree ceremony.
Lighting. So this tree, which is a balsam fir from Vermont. It's 40 feet high. This is this year's rendition. It's our 104th year of doing this.
Wow!
We are the oldest tree lighting ceremony in the United States. We actually have a monument at the other end of the park recognizing this. You can barely see. There's a little lit star. You won't be able to see it, I don't think, with the camera. It's interesting, the oldest tree lighting ceremony in Europe is from Strasbourg, France, and for 1 year they came to honor our oldest tree lighting, and they decorated the tree for us 2 years ago, so that was a lot of fun. But so we have a really fun tree lighting ceremony. We did it on November 6th this year, and we do we have music and food, and it's just a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite events of the year.
How can people find out about the events going on in Madison Square?
Well, we have a great website. We have a newsletter. We have a membership program. We have, there's lots of ways. We do a lot of signage. We did a survey and we asked people, how do you find out what's your most used reference for finding out about the park? And it turned out it was in-park signage, which actually surprised me. And so we really started putting signage everywhere.
so here we've got something that talks about all the horticulture and camellias.
So in our recent planning, we're really focusing on two main programmatic efforts, and one is our horticulture program. We have 5 collections that we are bringing to a world-class level. And camellias, we are the northernmost garden that will have a camellia collection.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's cool. You can see them blooming. We can maybe go closer. You can see them blooming by the Farragut statue. This is actually the time of year they bloom. These are not like weird roses or anything. These are camellias.
I did notice some roses over by the playground over there.
Those are late bloomers. I don't think they're going to last through tomorrow, I'll tell you that. It's going to be super cold tomorrow.
Okay, but here
are the camellias.
Farragut Monument.
There's Admiral Farragut. I believe he said, "Damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead." And yeah, these are, there's still some to bloom here, and here's one, and it's just very sweet and beautiful flowers. And so we're the most northern collection. We also are collecting redbud trees, daffodils, hydrangeas, and witch hazel. And so we have a collection that will be blooming year-round. We're also very proud of our tree stewardship. We've just completed a 30 to 60-year tree plan, and we are... it was an important study to do because what we learned is that many of the trees are not going to be around in 20 years. They're sort of reaching the end of their natural lives, and so we're working very hard to make sure we plant trees in a sort of way that we will maintain the beautiful canopy that is so important to the park.
Right, so this park, of course, became a park when Madison Square Garden, the arena, was moved. What's the story here?
Okay, no. So this has been a public space since 1686. It's one of the oldest public, when the city was first chartered, this was a public space. It, at the time, was something like 240 acres. In 1814, it was named Madison Square for then President James Madison. And it just so happened on the corner over here where the New York Life building is, that's where Madison Square Garden was. And so it was there for many years. There were actually two renditions of it. And this park was turned into a formal park and became Madison Square Park in 1847. And it was designed as you see it now in 1870. So it's really a classic Victorian park. We rebuilt it in the 60s and 70s. It was a disaster. It was so dangerous you couldn't walk through it. And so a group of people, including New York Life and MetLife and Danny Meyer, got together and invested and held a campaign and rebuilt the entire park to what it is now. And the Conservancy started then, which is 2003.
Okay. And this, I know for a fact, is the original home of the original Shake Shack.
Yes, it is. Okay. So that was started. It was really interesting how that got started. The founders, Danny Meyer and Debbie Landau and I think a few others, decided they needed programming in the park. People weren't used to using this park. It had been empty and dangerous for so many years. And so there was an art project, and it had something to do, I'm not sure exactly, but basically they started a hot dog stand and out of 11 Madison, which, as you know, is a fabulous restaurant, so the hot dogs were incredible. And so people would sit in line and they said, oh my gosh, we got something good going here. And they started Shake Shack. And so Shake Shack's been here since, I think, 2004. It's a wonderful, it's a really great example of a public-private partnership between a private corporation and the Conservancy and the city.
Rachel, thanks for sharing. Viewers, let us know if you love Shake Shack and if you've ever been to the original right here in Madison Square Park. Now, speaking of good food, what do we have here?
This is Gingerbread Boulevard. It's a sponsorship of our holiday event, and we, thanks to the Taste of Home magazine, it's been incredibly popular. We've had 2-hour lines outside. People, get excited. So,
all right, viewers, do you want to go inside this? It's a gingerbread house, a life-size gingerbread house that's in the park for how many days? Another couple weeks.
Sunday.
Till Sunday. So this is...
So it's been up for a week. It's got one more week. Yeah.
New York is so grand. All right, so I see that...
Hurt the curtain for you?
Let's go.
Okay.
Ooh, it smells like gingerbread in here.
So what you'll see, which is kind of cool, is if I think I'll just start doing something. Oh, look! I brought the snowman. So if I wave, the snowman pops up.
Wow!
Yeah, and I think if I go over here, I can make popcorn pop. Let's see. No? Okay. So, and the little gingerbread man starts to dance. I can do that again. There we go. And what else?
So, right inside this house made of gingerbread, we've got interactive projections.
There's raining cookies over here.
Nice. This is a fantasy land. Raining cookies. Oh, the fire just came on in the fireplace.
I guess if I go over here, these start to spin. And an elf comes and says hi.
Oh, Shanika was here. Oh, and the music is playing since we walked in. Here are the, I'm going to give a little hint. Here are the projectors and the sensors are in the corner.
Okay,
but
over here, the coffee cup starts to steam and it rains candy canes.
Can't they have the house longer? The lines are too long. No, it's a limited time thing. That's what keeps the lines long. But this is a tradition now, going back a few years, and it's sure to be here next year in some way.
Home has done this.
So everyone is welcome to come at all times. All right, let's end with a view of the park outside, just to say goodbye.
This way. Oh, no, we won't.
Nope.
We'll go this way. Oh, push. We got push. Okay.
To situate ourselves back here in the park, let's say goodbye to everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and for joining us here in Madison Square Park today for the holidays. We'll see you in the park.
Bye. Okay.